Hi, I'm Elemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Welcome back. So great to see you all. Thank you for sharing us and coming back. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, we're www.yeyeo, and we're a spiritual and wellness supplier, which is why I do videos about all things spiritual. And I'm Elemi. Mwah! I want to shout out, pew, 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 all my people from Taiwan. Woo! Welcome. So great to see you all. Thank you for supporting. So, have you ever wondered if there are any negative effects to doing witchcraft, hexes, evil eye, black magic? Well, I'm going to answer some of those. So, let's get started. So, sometimes there are new people who come into the Botanica and they come in, or, I read them and they'll say, well, I really want to try to figure out how to do this thing, but I don't really want to hurt anyone. I love that line. I love it when people say, but I really don't want to hurt anyone. And I say, well, it's all about your intention, right? And so in my house, which you guys have heard quite a few times, we say intention is the essence of magic. People can use almost anything to hurt someone or help someone, right? But this idea of, are there negative effects in doing negative work? Yes. Is there positive effects of doing positive work? Yes. So again, this idea of your intention is going to help to dictate what happens. So this video is very specifically about negative vibes, negative intentions, doing work, intentionally doing something to harm someone. So for those of you, I just want to pause here with my little sweet thing for you. So those of you who are going to say, well, Elemi, if the person did something to me, then, how can that be bad if I do it back to them? Well, that's reversal work. I don't necessarily think that's bad. That's sending it back to sender, right? If you had the nerve to do something, take it back, right? That's what I say. Here's that gift back to you, right? So I think that there's a part in spirituality that says God helps those that helps himself. We've heard of this in the Bible. It's in all different traditions. This idea of you helping yourself out of your condition is considered as defensive magic. Someone did something and you're doing something back. That's defensive, right? And if you've seen my how to break hexes video, definitely watch that, because that shows different tools that you can use to send back. The video today is very much around karmic energy. When you are on the aggressive position, you are the attacker, you're doing something when the person didn't do anything to you, whether it be from evil eye, jealousy, some way that you feel that you've been slighted, or you've been slighted in the past and you're taking it out on everyone. This video is really about people who are victims of that or people who are doing that, right? So how can negative karma, how can negative witchcraft affect you karmatically? Blah. How can negative witchcraft affect you negatively if you are the aggressor, right? Well, it first can, over time, diminish your luck. 1, it can over time diminish your luck. 2, it can cause you kickback. If you haven't seen any of my kickbacks, definitely watch those. But there can be a kickback effect, right? You do something and then something else happens. Something breaks. A person could lose their job. They could lose their money. They could definitely lose their love, right? So I always say to people, you want to be careful with some of that, because you can lose something in being aggressive towards others, especially if they haven't done anything to you. And the Spirit is saying that if there are people who are saying, well, you know, they may have done it to my relative. Well, they didn't do it to you. So picking up a war that is not yours can make you lose. Going to say it again. Picking up a war that is not yours can make you lose. So there goes a sweet thing, but number 2 in the whole karmatic effects of doing negative work. 3, it can affect children. Children in the household, it can affect pregnancies. There are many people who have had children who have had different kinds of ailments, different kinds of disabilities, things like that, because children are very, very vulnerable. I've seen people try to do very negative work towards pregnant women due to jealousy. Child didn't ask to be here. They should not be a victim of negative work. But that's just my own personal take. Why? Because negativity takes up space. And one of the reasons I believe it's called black magic has nothing to do with black people. It has to do with darkness, that negativity, evil they may say, if you want to use that word, hides in the dark. And so we could have a bigger conversation around the logistics or the reality and the meanings and definitions behind black magic and white magic. But for the sake of this video, evil, darkness, whether it be thoughts, words, actions, or deeds, live in the dark. Dark thoughts, dark emotions, so on and so forth. And this is one of the reasons why when we see all the horror movies and we see all the stuff about evil, it's usually night or usually dark. Again, this idea of these things hiding in the dark. So I want to say to you, there's no judgment in this video. I want to say that in the beginning of this video, there's no judgment. At the end of this video, there's no judgment. What you choose to do is your business, but it's always good to know if there ramifications, pros and cons to your actions. If you're a person who have been or is an aggressor. And I wish you all a lot of luck. Is there space for all these things in the world? Absolutely. Do I sell products for all these things? Absolutely. Do I think that people should defend themselves? Absolutely. But being an aggressor without thinking about the pros and cons, that comes with its own consequences. And so I hope that this video was helpful. You got some information, and now you're thinking twice about some of these things, and maybe share it with others. And see you next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.